Hello everybody, and welcome to my video. My name is Little Gamer, and I'm so happy that you clicked on this video and that you decided to join me today. Um, today, today we are doing a create-a-sim. Forgive me, I forgot to write my script today, and I'm just all over the place, as usual. I always forget, don't I? But yes, this is a create-a-sim of the Rosewood family. They are a towny family that I put in my own personal game in order to just, make the world more creative and diverse, because one or two gay couples out of, 20 expansions is not enough representation in my mind. There need to be at least, 20. It could be gayer. And as such, I have also crafted a little backstory for them. I have not written out their backstory on their page, but that is because I record and I make these sims on PS4, and it's very, very tedious to press each individual letter with a PS4 controller. I know I could get a keyboard and connect it to my PS4 to do that. However, every time I do anything with my PS4, it crashes or does something weird or something goes wrong, so I don't touch it. Technology hates me. But yes, this is the Rosewood family. This is Evelyn Rosewood. She is the one that I took the longest to work on. Because when I had her in my head, when I had her in my mind, I wanted to give her a dark academia kind of fashion and style. But once I put on these glasses on her, that immediately changed. I was like, no, she doesn't suit dark academia. Not at all. This is a sunshine shim. Oh my god, sunshine shim, really? Sunshine sim. I'm sorry, I can't talk. And as such, I decided that I would go with more oranges and yellows and basically warmer tones as opposed to my usual cold tones. I typically dress my sims in black because I am a little goth at heart. I don't have the money to be a goth. I can't afford anything, but I try my best. And I am so excited and happy about that. To, be able to do what I do. And I just rambled. I'm sorry. I do that a lot. Apologize. I apologize. But yes, I decided to give her some more warmer tones. You see, I did kind of toy around with like some grays and some whites, but you definitely see I pick orange and I stick with it. Now this shirt isn't going to be on her for the entirety. I know you're probably thinking like, oh my god, what the hell? What the hell? When I was making her, I thought that this shirt was cute. This shirt was cute. I really thought it was adorable, and I really wanted to give her like longer skirts, and just none of them looked decent on her. It's something that I really dislike about not being able to use custom content, because I am on the PS4. So I don't have a PC that I can just, download The Sims on and play, and then download a whole bunch of custom content. I've already sunk so much money into the PS4 and all of the PS4 packs and games that trying to just transfer everything to computer would be impossible, which mildly miss me that you can't just, transfer games that are on PC that are also on the PS4 and just, transfer them. Someone needs to figure out how to do that, or at least tell me how to do that without breaking things. And by tell me, I mean do it very dumbly, because I'm not good with technology. I really wish that was happening. But yes, as you will see, I think I eventually decided to just choose pants for her, and then you'll see I'm going to go change her top to this, because I'm sorry, I absolutely love that top from Cottage Living. I just absolutely adore it. I am sorry if you hear scratching or meowing. My cat is in my closet. He just got neutered, and they say to keep them in a confined area so that they can heal best, which makes sense, and he's not happy. He does not like the closet. Honestly, same, dude. Same. I came out of there years ago. Um, but yes, as you can see, I did struggle with what kind of footwear to give her, at least for a little bit. I think a good 5 or 10 minutes in, is how much I spent on her shoes IRL. So I don't know how long it's gonna be sped up like this, like it is right now. But I did eventually choose some boots, I think. And the reason why is I really love boots, okay? I think they're cute. I think they're amazing. I just absolutely adore them. And yes, I gave her brown nail polish. Don't come at me. A lot of my friends IRL will tease me about my brown nail polish because I do like to put some brown nail polish on every once in a while, and they'll tease me about it. And I know it's all in good fun, but don't come at me. I do it in my Sims too. I really love this braid from Snowy Escape, and at first when I was created her, I just wanted to put that on all of her outfits, but I then decided not to. I did decide to go with a bit of a 60s theme with her, just, with hair and certain styles, but that's about it. I did look at some 60s fashion and hippie vintage to get some ideas while I was creating her. And yeah, now more about Evelyn herself. She is a very kind woman. She's very nurturing. She loves plants. She loves nature. She would love children of her own, but she's absolutely terrified that she'll do something wrong and all of a sudden she's traumatized this kid for all eternity. And she's absolutely terrified of having kids. She wants them, but she's terrified she'll fail, so she just, she hasn't. Her and her wife haven't gotten to that step in their relationship yet where they're talking about it, but they're not quite ready. And honestly, when they're ready, if they're ever ready, more power to them. I don't know if they're going to be ready because I don't really, again, like I said, I made them as townies for my game. I mean, I might give them a kid just so that my personal families can have more kids, especially from that family line, to, possibly marry or make friends with and so on. But, yes, she's a very kind woman. She's very bubbly. She loves to socialize. In fact, you're going to find her more often walking around town and going over to bars and going over to clubs and all these other things, not to party, just to talk to the people. She's very much so a people person. Now, I did give her 2 sleepwear outfits, which I know not a whole lot of people do that, but I wanted something that was more, she could go answer the door if someone knocks on it kind of outfit, but also be comfortable. But I also wanted something that she could sleep in with her wife when they're doing the, the little woohoo time. I did just, scroll through to see what some of her outfits for swimming, hot weather, and cold weather were, and I actually liked the auto-generated ones. I do tweak them a little bit, but for the most part, I love them, and they're absolutely precious, and I think they're cute. I was tempted to leave this orange sweater on her, but I decided that I already used orange so often that I might as well just, not. So I do keep the same sweater, I just changed the swatch. But yes, she is a very kind and a very sweet and bubbly sim. She will go out and she will socialize. If she hears that a neighbor is in trouble or like her neighbor's elderly and they're ill and there's no one to take care of them, she's the one who immediately volunteers and dives headfirst into doing so. During the pandemic, because I like to pretend that some real world things that are currently happen in The Sims, just, to make things more relatable and more fun for me. But during the pandemic, while she herself does not have the qualifications to become a nurse or doctor, she definitely volunteered to help collect masks, make masks. She gave blood, and she was on some of the quote unquote back front lines, where she was the one trying to orchestrate, okay, how much should we give this area and how much should we give that other area. She doesn't have a job, but she's very loved and trusted by her community, that sometimes when crises happen, the mayor will, like, call her in and, like, ask her for advice and defer to her and be like, you're really sweet, you know what you're doing for the most part, what do you think we should do? And usually she'll be like, this is personally what I think, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is what I think. Possibly these certain areas are going to be probably the hardest hit just by population. And then there's the fact that she also takes into account the smaller populated areas, that because they have so few people, that they're typically left behind in emergency situations, like, pandemics and everything. They're just sort of forgotten, like, oh, they're not major, they have no actual quote-unquote usefulness to the government, so we're just gonna ignore them for the most part. She actually, she thinks of them, and she's like, but we also have these small areas that have only like 100 or like 20 Sims, and while yes, there are so few in number, they're still Sims. They're still human beings. They need to be cared for. Now, I'm not going to lie. Her wife, on the other hand, isn't really fond of other people, and that is for a good reason. Her wife is a vampire and has lived for a millennia. Okay, so she's very much aware of what kind of things Sims have done and all the things, and she doesn't like Sims or humanity as a whole. However, her wife, she fucking loves her wife. Absolutely. Her wife could sneeze and she'd come running from one end of the house to the other just to make sure she'd be okay and that she had a tissue by her side. She's very doting and very protective of her wife. Her name is Mariana, and she is a very, very old vampire and very, very powerful as well. However, God, I can't remember their names. Her wife is also, like, not aware that she's a vampire, and, as such, she is sort of hiding her nature from her wife, which, I'm sorry. I can understand being hesitant to share the fact that you're a very, very, very old vampire with your wife or with any significant other, but if you're married, I think you shouldn't hide something that big from your wife. But the thing about Mariana is she's very, very, very good at pretending, at faking things, at manipulating people. She's had to be. It's how she's lived this far. And during the 20 great witch hunts that have happened in her life, she has had to appear as if she's some doting and obedient woman and stuff like that. So she does have a bit of a old-fashioned charm to her on the outside, but on the inside she's pretty conniving and controlling, and she's not evil, but she's not good. She's in that morally gray area. I kind of wanted to make it obvious that she's a vampire without making it obvious, and so I decided to go with pearls and red lipstick, because typically the darker the colors, people tend to equate darker colors to darker morals. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering all over this and just misspeaking and mispronouncing words all over the place, and I am so sorry. I cannot help it. But yes, Mariana is our main girl's wife. And she is a vampire, a very old and powerful vampire. She does have a bit of like a late 40s, mid 50s vibe to her with her aesthetic. But yeah. But yes, okay, I'm sorry, I got interrupted. My cat needed to have his litter box changed. He was really loud about it. But as I was saying, Evelyn, who is Mariana's wife and the red-headed woman, um, she doesn't know that Mariana's a vampire, or that she's a very old vampire at that. But yes, as I was stating before I started rambling and got off topic and everything, Evelyn is very loved by the community, and as such, she's considered and brought up on many things. She's the kind of woman who will go to a neighbor's house and help them, or bring them food, or if there's a kid who's sick and whose mom is very overworked and needs a break, she'll dive right on in and be like, "Here, you look stressed, love, let me help." She's just that person that you just absolutely adore, who's just everywhere, has her hands in everything, and is just so genuinely good and kind-hearted that people cannot help but love her and sort of be a bit protective of her. She is. They can be quite protective of her, the community as a whole. Mariana is even more protective of her wife, like extremely so. Like I'm not gonna lie, Mariana has killed many people in her lifetime, many Sims, and she will not hesitate to kill someone who messes with her wife, or makes her wife unhappy, or upset, or is cruel to her wife. So, these girls, they're perfect for one another. Mariana needs Evelyn's more kinder and gentler touch, as she has sort of forgotten what it's like to care about someone and also to be cared for, which is a little sad, but I guess it happens when you're a vampire and you get to a certain age. And Mariana gives Evelyn a sort of feeling that makes her feel as if she's safe. And I'm not gonna lie, Evelyn did not have the best childhood growing up. Her parents were not there all the time. They weren't very, loving parents. They weren't cruel, but they weren't kind. For the most part, Evelyn was just expected to raise herself. And Evelyn has, when Evelyn was a child, she actually lost her younger sister to a house fire. And after that, her parents definitely just stopped being involved. I mean, they do the bare minimum here and there, but after her younger sister passed, they did nothing. They refused. They did absolutely nothing. So Mariana is sort of like this one constant thing that's been in her life, and it's something she's needed, and she is so happy with her wife. They are very much so lovebirds. This is their cat, Pumpkin, by the way. I know I've been chatting and talking about all the girls, but this is Pumpkin. I fucking love Pumpkin. He's a sassy little cat. He knows what he wants, and if you do not give him pets, or you do not give him treats, he will not like you. He's very affectionate, but if you don't feed him, he won't like you. He will tell you where you can go and stick your petting. But Pumpkin is Evelyn's cat. Evelyn found him roaming the streets as a tiny little kitten, abandoned behind a dumpster after his mother passed on. And, she couldn't leave this baby kitten all by himself. That would be cruel. And so she took him in and bottle fed him. And now they're just very attached. They adore one another. And, I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Evelyn, sweet little Evelyn, who has never been violent or even wanted to be violent in her life, would probably beat the hell out of someone for her cat. She loves that cat. At first I didn't know what kind of unique markings to give him, and I guess I sort of overdid it later on, but I love giving animals these unique markings that make them stand out. I wish you could do this with Sims, because, pets have color wheels, but Sims don't. It would make things so much easier. Especially when, making clothes, but they've already stated that that's not coming for Sims, and while I'm let down, I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna sit here and rag on them, but, That's kind of what the Sims team does. Nothing but disappoint. But yeah, this is Pumpkin. Pumpkin is the most adorable cat you will ever meet. I fucking love him. He reminds me of my cat, whose name is Tater Tot. Yes, I named my cat Tater Tot, don't judge me. And, yeah. And this is the family as a whole. I sort of, went over and I gave Mariana her traits. She's a very jealous sim. She's very ambitious, and she loves her books, and she wants her soulmate. That's what she wants now. That is her main focus, and she does plan on turning Evelyn into a vampire one day. She hopes to. But yes, and this is the Rosewood family. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you would like to continue to see more kind of these videos, let me know. So like, comment, subscribe, and have a very, very good day. I wish you all well. Bye-bye!